dear students. So now in session 2 of this unit 3 economic geography part of chapter 5 concept and classification of resources. So in our last session, in our previous session, we have discussed about the definition of resource. Okay, we have discussed about what do you mean by economic geography. We have discussed about, I think I have given you the definition of the resource, meaning of the resource. Now here we will study about the classification of resources. Is it clear? Now here I have drawn a chart. It is a quite a flow chart. Okay. So all of you just you can do one thing while watching the video. You just do one thing. You can pause and you just draw all this entire flow chart in your copy. This flow chart is quite it's very quite essential. Okay. So now here we will see the resources. So so these resources can be classified into natural and human or man-made resources. Okay. So we have discussed in our last session. Now again, these natural resources can be further classified into renewable and non-renewable resources. Is it clear? Next, again, renewable resources can be again further subdivided into continuous or flow. Okay, for example, wind, water, etc. I will explain all these things. Next, biological, which means natural vegetation. For example, forest. Here, wildlife. That means what? Biological. Forest means what? Flora, and wildlife means what? Fauna. Okay. Next, we will see non-renewable resources. Recyclable, for example, metals. Non-recyclable, for example, fossil fuels. Again, human or man-made resources, structures and institutions. Another one is what? Quantity and quality. Is it clear? Now, let us come. What is now? In this section, let us study about what are now nature resources. Now, these nature resources again further can be classified into renewable and non-renewable nature resources. Now, you see what is now nature resources. What are now nature resources? You see, anything that can be found in the nature, that can be termed as what? Natural resources. Yes. Now, when the human beings now came to know about the resources. Okay. So you see, again we have to go to our past years, to our early days. So you see, when the people, the early man, the early Apmans, they used to lead a nomadic life. They were uncivilized. They were supposed only the ancient people. Okay, they didn't know the use of the utility of the fires. Okay, so after the discovery of the fire only, they came to be know its utility. Okay. So when the people, that means what? When the people didn't understand the utility of a particular thing, that can be termed as what? Resource. When a particular commodity, a particular item, a particular good or anything else which has some kind of utility towards the human society or the human beings, when the human beings want that particular things for their desires, it will sum up their needs or the demand, it will fulfill their needs and the demand. Those particular things can be known as what? Resources. Okay. Now, natural resources is what? Can be further classified into renewable and the non-renewable resources. So, now you see this natural resources, as already I have given you some examples: land, air, water. So, now these are what? These have some kind of utility, isn't it? Without land, can we survive? Obviously not. Without water, can we survive? No. Without air, can we survive? Obviously no. Isn't it? And without fire also, can we live? Obviously no. Isn't it? Because this fire is at the same time, it's quite very, we need all the fire also, at the same time it could destroy also. Isn't it? At the same time, but you see, now land. When we will use all these things in a very judicious way, in a very proper way, it will also help us in a very proper way. If we exploit those things in a very negative way, then that particular natural resource also hamper us. For example, now land. We need land for our survival. properties also, isn't it? Again, suppose for water, we need water. Without water, we can't survive. But at the same time, when we, disbalance the ecology of the earth and environment, so what will happen? Tsunami, this water, isn't it? Flood. Only to the flood, to tsunami also, it's a underwater earthquake. So all these things, but they can destroy us. They can they can devastate us, isn't it? So next, suppose air, we need air. Then when the air will become in a very furious form, it will transform into furious form. It will transform into what? Wind, isn't it? And due to wind, what happened? Obviously, cyclones. These are the some related term. Yes. So low pressure that it creates in the coastal areas, the cyclones. It's a what? Wind only. Heavy furious wind. Yes. Now that wind, that cyclone can kill us, isn't it? So when we use in all these things, when we keep the ecological balance, in the environment, in our surroundings, all the nature will help us if we worth them. Yes, if we worth their values. Anyways, now you see renewable resources, continuous or flow. Continuous or flow means what? Okay, first of all you say renewable. Renewable means what? Which can be renewed again and again. Okay, which can't be exhaust. Okay, that means which cannot be died out, or which cannot be exhausted in some day, or died out. So that means which can renew again and again. Now this renewable resources can be further classified into continuous or flow. Flow means what? Bourgeois. In Assamese we can say bourgeois, isn't it? Flow, continuous flow. For example, wind, water, etc. It is what? It is quite not static, not constant in a particular place. It is quite movable. It has some kind of mobility. Flow, isn't it? So it is the examples of what? Wind, water, etc. All these things are what? Flow resources which are provides sub branches of renewable resources, and which can be renewed again and again. Wind and water, it can't die out, isn't it? Next is what? Biological. Biological resources can be flora and fauna. Natural vegetation or forest, it can be said as flora, and wildlife, it can be said as what? Fauna, isn't it? So these are what also it can be, this what renew. Okay, this one it can be renewed, while these are quite very but nowadays it seems some kind of very threatening to us, threatening to our environment, as now due to the anthropogenic activities, lots of floras, lots of faunas are quite the number of the flora and fauna are quite deteriorating day by day. As we say, only the human beings, we are quite exploiting in such a way for our development purpose that entire the environment is quite suffering. And at the same time, for when the environment will be disbalanced, then what will happen? There will be global changes. Already we noticed, now in present situation we are quite noticing, and these global challenges will hamper to not only to the entire world, to not only the this flora and fauna, the natural inhabitant, the natural these objects, at the same time to us also. It will bring some kind of very very dangerous threats to our lives, to our future generations. Okay, so I think all you have understood this one. Next we will see non-renewable resources. So non-renewable resources means what? Which cannot be renewed again and again. Okay, so here again I have given some more classifications such as recyclable and non-recyclable. Now recyclable means what? Which can be recycled. Okay, so for example metals. Next now you see recyclable means what? Which can be recycled again. But here non-renewable means what? Which cannot be renewed again and again, but which can be reduced and which can be recycled. Now there are quite 3 initially there were 3 R's, but at present it's quite related with 4 R's. 4 R's means what reduce, recycle, reuse, and it is what related what this refoliate. Okay. Now you see this. I will not go in such very in a very big terms. Only you have to understand this one. Recyclable means what? Which can be recycled. Okay, the metals can be recycled. Now how? You can ask. For example, you see, suppose iron. Yes, Iron can be recycled also. Suppose gold, if we have some gold, then we can do some kind of melting of the gold can be again we use that particular thing. Some metals, only the metals can be recycled, not the non-metals. Okay, those who are solid, hard substances, their metals can be recycled again and again. Is it clear? Now this non-recyclable means what? Fossil fuels. Yes, fossil fuels such as we can say coal, crude oil. This from crude oil we can say this petroleum, diesel, all these things, natural gas. Okay, these are what? Fossil fuels. That means they have some limited reservoirs under the earth, and all these things will be extinct one day and which can't be renewed again and again. These are known as also exhaustible resources. Okay, these renewable resources can be known as what? Inexhaustible, or which cannot be exhaust, and non-renewable resources are also known as what? These exhaustible resources which can be exhaust on one day, particular on one day. So I think all you have cleared these things. So in next session we will discuss this human and man-made resources, and further we will go on. Now here in this session 2, let me explain all these things once again. What are nature resources? Can be further subdivided into renewable and non-renewable. Again, renewable can be again further subdivided into continuous or flow. Flow means what? Which can be flow, which can be gone, which have some kind of mobility. For example, wind, water, etc. Then next you see biological means what? Flora and fauna. Forest is equal to flora and wildlife is equal to what? Fauna. And these are what? Renewable. This can be renewed. Okay, they can't be extinct, but related only this biological aspect, if we don't conserve, if we do damage to our flora and fauna, if we damage the biodiversity of our earth, then obviously it could bring a very great, very negative threat, negative impact to our society, to our human beings. Okay, so now this biological diversity. Okay, so this 5th June, though this was this World Environment Day. What was the theme of this World Environment Day? And conservation of this biodiversity. Okay, because now in the recent this news, due to this animal poaching, now this has been a very very threatening to the loss of the biodiversity. Because during the lockdown period, now people used to kill these animals, these innocent animals, for their meat and for their flesh. Okay, now this poaching of animals, especially the deers, especially the the animals which live in the wild animals also, they are quite now facing a lot of the threat to their society, especially to the species also. And one day if we don't conserve it, one day obviously this entire species will be it will be not in the endangered form, it will extinct from the earth. Okay, so next is you see this non-renewable resources can be again further classified into recyclable. Recyclable means what? Which can be recycled again and again. For example, metals. And non-recyclable, that is what? Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as what? Natural gas, crude oil, coal, all these things. Okay, petroleum can be formed only from the crude oil, isn't it? So this can't be this can't be recycled. Once it will go, it will extinct. It can't be recycled again and again. Is it clear? So I think this much is quite enough for this session. So in next session number 3, we'll explain this human and man-made resources, and further we'll go to the occupation and the human economic activities of the human occupation. So this much is quite enough for this section. Thank you.